What's up, guys? So another brand new product for the 22 Tundra. Side steps from a company called Oedro off Amazon. I'm going to show you how to get these things installed. That's very simple, but then we'll give you a good look at how they fit on the TRD Pro. And of course, I'll mention why I kind of swapped to this option versus what we already had on the truck. Let's get them unboxed and onto the Tundra. Quick look before we throw them up on the truck. They come very well packaged, both individually wrapped with that, pretty good bubble wrap. They're separated by a big sturdy foam block. You get all your brackets and hardware. They all come individually wrapped in their own box right there, and then your set of instructions. The one thing I'm noticing too, they're very well labeled. Usually stuff like this is not. Each one of these side steps are labeled passenger and driver, and then you could even see the numbers on the brackets, so you can't really mess it up. If you look in the instructions, it'll tell you 7 and 8 are for the driver side, 9 and 10 are passenger side. Got to give them credit there. Usually stuff like this isn't labeled. Let's get them on a truck. They even have their bags of hardware labeled with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you look in the instructions, corresponding numbers are over there. No way to mess it up. There's the numbers on the brackets again. They send these two little plugs right here. If you go with these steps, these are just extra for the end of the tubes. If that ever pops out on you, they send a couple extra. So I'm going to demonstrate the driver side install. The passenger side is going to be exactly the same, just obviously mirrored to the other side. What we need to do is go up underneath the rocker panel, and we're going to need to remove 8 bolts. I'll show you where they are real quick. So when you come up underneath, you can see there's the driver front tire. These 2 bolts right here, I've already removed them just to save time. You're going to remove those 2. Slide all the way back down. There's 2 more right there. 2 there. And 2 there. Can't miss them. So now we're just going to take the driver side brackets and get them in position where we just removed those 8 bolts. You can see there's 1 number 8 and 3 number 7s. Number 8 is going to be in the front location, up towards the front of the vehicle. These are going to be in the 2 middle spots and the rear spot, and I'll show you how we're going to position them. We're basically going to take these. In the kit, they're numbered, the bags are numbered 1 and 2, so you're going to need a 12mm socket for these hex head bolts, and we're going to take the silver flat washers, and we're simply just going to take the brackets, and this is how you want them positioned. So you can see there's the front of the vehicle. You want this lip down here facing the front. So we're just going to take this, attach it up to the locations in the front where we just removed those other bolts, and do the same thing all the way down for all 4 brackets, and then we can move on to securing the steps. You can see we have all 4 brackets on. This is how they should be oriented. Again, with that flat kind of corner right here facing that way, and as you can see, all 4 of them are loose. Don't tighten them down just yet with those silver bolts and washers. Leave them loose until we get everything fitted properly. To secure the steps to the brackets, we're going to be using the M10s. So the black bolts that look like this, what you're going to do is put a flat washer on every one of them. You can see I have 8 ready to go. We're going to be going through, and I'll show you this, we're going to be going through the step, through the bracket, and then out the other end. Once this goes through, you're going to go another flat washer, locking washer, and nut. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we have our step in position. You're going to take the bolt in the washer, and there's slots. There's 4 different locations, 1 in the back, 1 in the front, 2 here in the middle. I'll put a picture on your screen to show you what I'm talking about. So you're going to take your bolt with the flat washer, and what I'm going to do, since I'm doing this by myself, I'm just going to get one put through one of the slots in both middle sections. So 1 in here and 1 in here. Now this is obviously easier if you have another set of hands to help you hold it up, but again, I'm going to show you could easily do it by yourself. So I have those 2 bolts right there. I'm going to hold them in place with my thumbs, pick it up like this, and just line it up with the brackets like so. Now on the back side, so the bolt's going through the step like I showed you, through the bracket. On the back side, you're going to take a flat washer, locking washer, and nut. And you don't have to tighten these down either. Just get them turned a few times, just to hold the step in place. I'm going to come back here, same thing. Once I have these 2 started, the step will hold itself up, and then I can go back and repeat the process for all of the bolts and get everything secured in place. All right, so I have those two started. So now you can let go. Step's gonna stay up there. You're gonna do the same thing, 2 there, 2 here, 2 here, 2 there. Again, don't tighten anything down just yet. Just get all of those bolts in position, and I'll show you, you know, how to wrap it up. All right, so we have all the hardware in place. The reason you don't tighten anything down is the obvious. These are adjustable. You can go up, down, front, back. Everything kind of slides up and down, you know, front to back, just to kind of get them positioned exactly where you want them. Once you have them where you want them, you want to tighten down the brackets first. So go back up underneath the truck, and the silver, the very first, the 12mm bolts that we installed up underneath the rocker panel. You want to tighten all 8 of those down first, once you get everything in position where you want it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna like my steps slid all the way to the front. I've already kind of lined it up and stepped back, you know, looked at how it appeared. I do like it kind of slid all the way to the front of the vehicle. That's completely up to you. I'm gonna get them back in that position, tighten all of those bolts up underneath to 15 foot-pounds of torque, and then we'll move on. Now we can come back out and tighten down these 4 locations. It's going to be, you're going to need 2, the size is 5/8 inch, but you're going to need 2, and it helps if you have an extension for the front, just to kind of reach back up underneath there. And what I'm going to do is, I like mine, like I said, all the way to the front, but I also like it up high. So what I'm going to do is, kind of pick it up like so, get my knees underneath there to hold it in place. I have my one 5/8 inch ratchet right there. Get the other one on the back, and just start tightening it down. And I'm starting here in the middle for obvious reasons, doing it this way. Once I get 1 or 2 of these snugged down, the step will hold itself into place, and then I can go back and just tighten the rest of it down. So I did 1 bolt there. We'll come up here and do 1 in this middle section, and then we'll go back, tighten down all 8, and wrap it up. One little note, I just want to make the forwardmost bolt right up in here. Can't get at it with 2 ratchets. You can get a ratchet on the back side, but up in here you're going to need an open-ended to sneak in there and hold the head of the bolt in place as you tighten the rear down with the ratchet. All right, let's take it outside. We'll give you a good look. All right, guys, there we have it. The Oedro. These are what they call the leaf design. The link will be down below the video if you want to check these out. They do have a couple other designs as well. There's another design where it has like a 3rd step right in the middle, so you can get up above the truck. I actually like those as well. I'm glad I went with these. Definitely going to help out. I know the question's going to be asked, why did I swap? The steps that we had on there, the way they slimmed out in the rear, my kids, especially my 10-year-old son, was having a little bit of trouble. They were usable, but he slipped a couple times because they were really thin in the back there. So that's really the reason we switched. I actually looked at these steps before I went with the other ones that we originally purchased and installed on the truck. You know, so when we decided to make the change for right now, you know, just to give my kids a little bit more of an area to step on, I didn't have any trouble with the other ones, but again, my 10-year-old especially in the rear just didn't have a whole lot of room to step on. So I looked at these originally anyway, kind of a no-brainer. You know, when we decided to make the switch, we'll give you an up-close look. The fitment is really good. It's got like a little bit of a textured finish to it. So definitely like that. Little bonus, the company logo is in red to match the rest of the red accents on the TRD Pro. So if I had one minor complaint, I wish they kind of contoured the front a little bit there instead of just kind of cutting it off right there. I mean, that's an extremely minor complaint. I still love them. I just, you know, right there in the front, I wish they kind of contoured it there a little bit better. But other than that, I couldn't be happy with them. Definitely going to make it easier for my kids to get in and out. Step back, give you a little side profile there. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, link will be down below. Check them out. There are a couple other designs as well. Got them off Amazon. Give them a look. If you have any questions, put them down below. We'll get them addressed. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll see you on the next one.